So sit in a way that's comfortable for you. And those of you who've been here with me before, this whole class should be review. And they say review is can be comforting, right? But there'll be some new stuff too. But we'll start with something you've definitely done before, which is shoulder rolls and switch directions. And then we'll move our neck spine. So start with nods. It's one of the planes of rotation, or one of the ways that a spine likes to go is in a nod format. And then come to neutral again, and let's do that side bend. So bend your, you know, ear towards one side. Maybe find that spot. Maybe take a breath from here. And then back up to vertical and switch sides. Maybe take a breath. Come back up to vertical again, and then we'll do the third way that a spine likes to move, which is a twist. So look over one shoulder, and then the other one. Do it again. One shoulder, and then the other one. And then come to neutral again, and we'll start with the thoracic spine, which is uh, nods of your mostly shoulder movement, shoulders forward, shoulders back, to nod the thoracic spine. And then your lower back is your lumbar spine. So more crunch more at your belly and stick your butt out. And one more of these. Come to neutral again, and then we'll do a side bend from here. So one hand down, the other one up. Inhale up, exhale over. Big breath here. And then switch sides. Inhale up, exhale over. Big breath here. Come back up to vertical, and then let's do twists. And come to neutral again, and we'll do a static twist. So one hand behind you, another on a leg. Inhale tall, exhale, look behind you. Release whenever you're ready and switch sides whenever you're ready. Inhale tall, exhale, look. Okay. Fingers, wrists, both directions. Elbows bend and straighten. Then swim forward. And backstroke. And breaststroke. And come to neutral in your upper body and put your feet on the ground. Maybe have your hands behind you as support and just wiggle your toes. Then rock back and forth on your feet. So lift your toes, lift your heels. And then one foot up in ankle circles. And switch directions. And here comes my dog Luna. And then bend and straighten that knee. And the other foot, ankle circles. And switch directions. And bend and straighten that knee. And then both feet down and windshield wiper your knees, flop them back and forth. And then go ahead and sit up tall, and we'll do big circles. Imagine your pelvis is a bowl and you're trying to scrape all the sides of your bowl. And switch directions. Someone's trying to join us. One moment. Let them in. And then sit in stillness. Just notice what your body feels like. After moving all of the joints in your body. And then we're going to come to standing. And I'm going to take off my socks because I don't like socks and yoga mats and yoga. It's dangerous. Okay. So standing in mountain pose, what does that look like? So your ankles are below your knees, which are below your hips. Your feet are pointed straight ahead, not either way. And then your weight is balanced evenly between both feet. Your ribs are above your hips and not flared in either direction. Your shoulders are centered over in between your rib cage, and your ears are above your shoulders. And then imagine a puppet string coming out of the top of your head, reaching for the ceiling, and maybe put your hands towards the center of the room, palms facing forward. And that feel what that does to your shoulders. They call it, in the weightlifting world, they call that packing your shoulders. And breathe. This is a power position, right? A position of power. Feel the energy coming through your feet up to the top of your head. We're going to start moving. So let's just inhale, bring your arms up overhead, and exhale, bring them down. And try to match breath with movement. At the top of your inhales when your hands meet, and the bottom of your exhale is when your arms are by your sides. Inhale, bring them up. Exhale, bring them down. One more. And this time, swan dive forward, reach for your toes, have a generous bend of your knees, let your head dangle. This is forward fold. Your belly is reaching for your thighs. Maybe shift your weight from left to right as you keep breathing. And then when you're ready, come into half forward fold or flat back. Maybe your hands are on your thighs, maybe on your shins, maybe on your toes. But try to straighten your arms so you can help with your spine, and try not to have your shoulders next to your ears. And then when you're ready, reach for your toes again. And then with the strength, strong legs, strong abs, stand up, arms up, and exhale, arms down. So that's a half sun salutation. We're going to do it again. I'm just changing position so you can see it a little differently. So standing in your mountain, feet pointed straight ahead. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at your hips. Let your head dangle. Inhale, come up halfway till you have a flat spine. Or exhale, reach for your toes again. Inhale, stand up, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Let's do that again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, reach for your toes. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, reach for your toes. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, arms down. Okay, we're going to add on to come to the ground. For that, I'm going to step towards the back of my mat. But first, I'm going to let someone in. Here we go. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, come on down to your belly. Okay, now you want your hands underneath your shoulders, your toes pointed, and then inhale, peel your chest off the ground, looking forward, and then exhale, lower down again. Now, you don't want any scrunching in your lower back. So to make sure that doesn't happen, maybe engage your lower belly, press into the ground with your hips, your thighs, the tops of your feet. So let's try that again. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower down. You don't want your shoulders next to your ears. So inhale, cobra. Make sure your shoulders are dropped. Exhale, lower down. And this time we're going to come into down dog. So exhale, down dog. Oh, I'm realizing my camera is probably in the way. Or my computer. Down dog. So have a generous bend in your knees. Your toes are, and your hands are on the ground. Really press in with your hands, gecko hands, meaning your fingers are spread wide, pressing really hard in underneath your index finger, particularly, maybe the pad of your thumb. Bend your knees, long spine, head dangling. If you can see your arms, you're not doing it right. You want to not see your arms. You want your head in between your arms to have a little bit of length there. Okay. Good job. On your next inhale, walk your feet and hands together for half forward fold. Exhale, full forward fold, let your head dangle. Inhale, stand up, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Now, most of us in this room, this is a very familiar pattern. For some of us, brand new, maybe not so much. Let's do it again. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, come on down to your belly. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Now, this is a position of recovery, so really stretch and make it a comfortable dog. And then on your next inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, reach for your toes. Inhale, stand up, arms up. Exhale, arms down. All right. Let's do one more, and then we're going to try it in different ways. Okay, so inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, come on down to your belly. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Couple recovery breaths here. And on your next inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, reach for your toes. Inhale, stand up, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Now, if you were able to get some of the props that I recommended, let's get those out. We're going to start with a chair. You'd want to put your chair on your mat because you don't want your chair to slide away from you as you put pressure on it. So we're going to start with the back of your chair as your support. This back of the chair becomes the floor. Okay, so I'm going to stand in front of my chair with just enough space so that I can forward fold into that space and still hold on. So standing in mountain, inhale, arms up, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, step back for plank. Inhale, cobra, arch your back a little bit. Exhale, down dog. Try to make a 90-degree angle with your whole body. Your legs are straight, your feet are that same distance apart, or maybe even a little tighter together. Your arms are stretching, your head is dangling in between your arms, and you're breathing. This is down dog from a chair, or using the back of a chair. Okay, here we go. Take a slight step forward for half forward fold. Exhale, drop in between your chair so that for full forward fold. Stand up, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Okay. Option two with a chair is to switch your chair around and use the seat of your chair as a prop. Okay. So again, I'm going to stand in front of my chair with a little bit of distance. Here we go. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come up halfway. So I'm holding onto my chair. Step back for plank. Inhale, cobra. Arch back a little bit. Exhale, down dog. Again, try to have that length, that upside down V, but instead of the floor, you're using your chair. So make it good for you. Oh, keep breathing. And then on your next inhale, take a step forward for a half forward fold. Exhale, reach, bend, bow towards your chair for full forward fold. Inhale, stand up, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Okay, so that's three different options. The fourth option is sitting in your chair. And when you use the seat of your chair, you still have, that's why I said no arms, because you want to try to be able to move around like normal. You do not want to be using your chair. You want to be perched on the edge of your chair so that you can move things around and have this be in mountain pose from a seated position. So I'm at the edge of my chair, balanced on the edge of my chair, sitting in mountain. Okay. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward in between your legs. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, plank. Inhale, cobra, arch your back. Exhale, down dog. Now, down dog if you have a wall nearby, you can use your wall for your down dog, or just kind of do air down dog. And then inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, full forward fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Right? Okay, last one is sun salutation from your knees. So I'm going to get my chair out of the way and stand on my knees. So still in mountain pose, just like we were doing on our feet, but now your knees are the point of contact with the ground. Standing in mountain, everything's still aligned. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, head towards the ground. Inhale, tabletop, which is your half forward fold position. Exhale, lower down onto your belly. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, puppy. So this is down dog, but from your knees. Your knees are in a relatively vertical position. Your arms are reached out long in front of you. It is not child's pose. Your booty should not be at your heel, right? You should be able to have some of that verticality. If you need to reach out further, that's fine. Some of you, your heads will be touching the ground. Some of you, it won't be. That's fine. This is puppy pose, down dog from your knees. On your next inhale, come to tabletop, which is our version of half forward fold. Exhale, full forward fold. Inhale, stand up, arms up, and exhale, arms down. One moment, my husband's coming through to get Luna's leash because they're going to go for a walk. Poop bags, treats, and a leash. Okay. That was the 5 variations of sun salutation A. We're going to do sun salutation B as well. I'm going to check our time. Perfect. Okay. Sun salutation B. Some of you know the pattern. If you want to get a drink. Quick. Okay. Sun salutation B starts with chair pose. Now, chair pose in yoga is basically a squat. You're standing in mountain pose, everything's stacked up like normal. When you drop into your chair, you want to try to keep your shins in a relatively vertical position and sit back into your chair. And then your arms go up next to your ears with your palms facing towards each other. So it looks like this. Inhale, chair, and then exhale, stand up. Okay, let's do that 3 times. So standing in mountain, inhale, drop your seat into your chair, exhale, stand up. Inhale, chair, exhale, stand up. And one more, inhale, chair, exhale, stand up. Okay, we're gonna add on, I'm gonna step towards the back of my mat for the whole sun salutation B sequence. Here we go. Inhale, chair, exhale, reach for the floor. Inhale, half forward fold. This part all should be familiar. Exhale, come on down to your belly. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Okay, now the instruction is bring your right foot in between your hands. This gives you the proper distance between your feet. Is bring your foot in between your hands, and the other foot is where you were for plank, basically. So foot in between your hands. Well, how do you do that? So one option is just to do it. The other option is make a little tripod, lift up one hand, and then slide that foot in between your hands. Sometimes people like it to swing their foot out wide and then walk it in a little bit. Sometimes people like to go as far as they think they can go and then reach back and bring it up a little bit further. And then the last option for bringing your foot in between your hands is to come down onto your knees, bring the foot forward, and then come back up again. But that's the measurement that we want. Right foot in between your hands. Then, instead of staying on your toes, you're actually going to drop the back foot so it's pointing towards a corner of the room, maybe about a 60-degree angle. You're going to stay in the lunge in the front knee and bring your torso up to vertical. Okay, here we go. The warrior position. Strong legs, hips towards the front, shoulders towards the front, arms reaching for the sky. Warrior 1. Okay, hands down, feet together, lower down, maybe. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Then your left foot comes in between your hands. Stay in your lunge, drop the back foot, rise for warrior 1. Hips towards the front, shoulders towards the front, strong arms reaching for the sky. Exhale immediately, lower down again. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. This down dog is considered a position of rest. So let's hold this dog. Use your bones to make it a position of relaxation. You're welcome to have a generous bend in your knees. Really press through your hands and let your head dangle in between your arms. Oh, good job. And then on your next inhale, bring your feet and hands together. And then half forward fold. Exhale, full forward fold. Then inhale, arms up. Oops, sorry, inhale, chair. Exhale, mountain. Right. Good job. Heart rate might be a little bit elevated from sun salutation B. So we're going to try some alternatives with our props. First prop being the back of the chair. So grab your chair again. Standing in front of your chair. Here we go. Again, you want space so that you can forward fold. So however you're going to do it. You can either hold on the whole time, or you can bring your arms, you can chair or you can chair, either way. So inhale, chair. Exhale, fold forward in that space. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, step back for plank. Try to make your body stiff as a board. Inhale, cobra, arch back a little bit. Exhale, down dog. Here we are in our down dog, making a right angle with our body. Now, bring your right foot in between the feet of your chair, and your knee is approaching, hitting the chair. Drop the back foot, and then bring your torso to vertical. If you want to hang on, do. Otherwise, you can bring your arms up. Exhale, hand and feet together. Try to be stiff as a board. Inhale, cobra, arch back a little bit. Exhale, down dog. And then your left foot comes in between the feet of your chair, the knee approaching the back of the chair, back foot dropped, torso to vertical, maybe add arms. Inhale, exhale, feet and hands together, stiff as a board. Inhale, cobra, arch your back a little bit. Exhale, down dog. Then step forward for half forward fold. Exhale, full forward fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, mountain. Yay. All right. Variation 3. Using the seat of your chair as the floor. So standing in front of your chair, here we go. I'm going to reach down and chair. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half forward fold. Step back for plank. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Same thing. Bring your right foot forward in between your feet of your chair, and your knee is basically hitting the seat of your chair. Drop the back foot, torso to vertical, arms up. Exhale, hands and feet together. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Switch feet. Left foot in between the feet of your chair. Back foot dropped on the ground, pointing at the corner of the room. Stay in your lunge. Bring your torso to vertical. Warrior 1. Hands down, feet together, plank. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. All right, so this is our recovery down dog. I didn't give you one last round. Let's try one now. So let your head drop in between your arms. Maybe internally rotate the tops of your thighs. And keep breathing. And then on your next inhale, step forward, come up halfway. Exhale, reach your head towards your chair. And then inhale, chair. And exhale, mountain. Yay. All right. Last variation is sun salutation B from your knees. So stand in your mountain from your knees. There we go. Inhale, chair. Exhale, tabletop, but bow towards the ground. Forward fold. Inhale, tabletop for half forward fold. Exhale, hands forward, lower down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, puppy. Inhale, bring your right foot forward, torso up, warrior 1 from your knee. Exhale, hands down, lower down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, puppy. Inhale your right knee forward. Torso up for warrior 1. Exhale, hands down, knees down, lower down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, full forward fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, mountain. And I'm realizing I forgot to do sun salutation B from seated in the chair. So let's do that as well. Oops. Okay. Grabbing my chair again. Lynn and I are going to do sun salutation B. Okay, here we go. Inhale, chair. Woo! Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, plank. Inhale, cobra. Arch your back. Exhale, down dog. Ooh, can we do this together? Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale. Nope. From down dog. Okay, how do we do warrior one from seated? There are two options. One is scoot over so that your left leg can be free and your right leg stays in a right angle position, right? And you can add on. This is warrior one version of warrior one. The other version of warrior one from seated here is that you can turn your body. So I turn and then I just have the other leg dangling. Then this becomes the warrior one shape like we were doing from our knees in a chair, right? So pick whichever one you want. Sorry. Warrior one, right knee forward. Exhale, plank. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg forward. Warrior one. Exhale, plank. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, half forward fold. Exhale, full forward fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, mountain. All right. Good job, everybody. High five. We are done with all of this standing sequence for today. So let's come down to our mats. Okay, there's two poses that I want us to do from our mats. The first is child's pose. Now, child's pose is supposed to be a position of rest. So the first question is, can you sit on your heels? If you can't, you're going to want to have a prop support you or keep your thighs in a vertical position. If you can easily touch, you sit on your heels. Many people like to bring their knees a little bit wide and then block their torso in between their knees. Some people prefer rock pose with your knees together and coming down. Some people even like to have their feet a little bit wider than their knees. Whatever is comfortable for you. If you need a little bit of a lift or support, you shouldn't be quivering. You shouldn't be hovering. You can use a block, a book stack, a backpack, cushions maybe. Find something or just leave your thighs in a vertical position and then bring your head towards the ground. No matter what child's pose you're in, you want to have a supported head. If your head is not touching the ground, you want to use fists or hands or a block or something to support your head so that you can have that weight, that 10-pound weight, supported and not have to carry it around. Then what do you do with your arms? You can have them straight forward, like you're in almost like a down dog position. You can have them down, wrapped around towards so your hands are close to your feet. And you can have your hands next to your head. Some people like to even put their elbows on the ground and then put their hands in almost like a prayer position with your hands, palms touching, with your fingertips pointed towards the sky. Wherever you have found, I'm going to sit up. but wherever you have found for your child's pose, try to make it should be a comfortable position for you. So adjust as you need and maybe allow your body to sink into your mat or to be a little bit heavier from your child's pose. Now, if you've done child's pose before, you've probably been in it for plenty of time. So go ahead and come out of your child's pose and we'll do our final position before Shavasana, and it's supported bridge. If you have a block or a book tower or something to go underneath your hips, you can use that. If not, you're going to do a pose called constructive rest, which is very similar. For constructive rest, you're going to just lie back with your knees bent. For many of us, if you put your feet wider than your hips and then flop your knees towards each other, then that allows your legs to relax. If that's uncomfortable for you, if your body doesn't like to do that, just have your knees bent, but try to find a position of stability so that you're not using your muscles to hold your legs up. So find that position. And then maybe your hands are on your belly or at your sides, either with palms up or palms down, whatever feels good for you. If you have a block or something that could be construed as a block, go ahead and lift your hips and slide your thing or things underneath your hips. So your hips, if you reach down, this is the top of my hips. You don't want the block on your spine at all. You want space between the top of your hip and where the block is, right? Your block is underneath your hips. And again, your hands can be on your belly, your sides, whatever feels comfortable for you. Try to keep your head in line with the rest of your spine. And just see if you can find a little bit of stillness or rest or support in whatever position you're in, whether it's supported bridge or constructive rest. See if you can notice what your jaw is doing, or your forehead. Can your shoulders be maybe a little bit heavier? Is there anything in your belly area that you can release? Can you allow your hips to be a little bit heavier? Or your feet? We're going to come out of constructive rest or supported bridge. Either roll off your tower and shove it out of the way, or lift your hips and shove it out of the way and lower down. And then you're going to find your Shavasana position. Shavasana is corpse pose. Traditionally, it's basically mountain pose, but flat on your back. So palms up, head in line with the rest of your spine, legs relaxed, hip distance or maybe a little bit wider apart. But who's to say that that's the most restful position for you. If you'd like to bend your knees again, great. If you'd like to roll on your side, fantastic. If you'd like to roll on your belly, go for it. If you'd like to sit up and for constructive rest, all or for corpse pose, that's all fine. Whatever you choose to do, find your spot. I personally am going to sit up. Come to the other camera. Find your corpse pose, your shavasana. See if you can be a little bit heavier. Sink into your mat a teeny bit more. And we're going to do a little bit of a visualization today. Think about one of the resources that resonates for you, whether it's petting your dog, cooking, baking, walking, being in nature. Whatever it is for you, imagine yourself doing that thing, that activity, that resource that works for you. And notice how it feels in your body as you imagine yourself doing this resource. Not even doing it, just imagining. Maybe feel a slight release of tension. Maybe feel a little lighter. Maybe you don't really notice anything, but you're in your imaginary space. Doing something that soothes you, makes you feel a little bit better. And release your imagery. Back to your presence. Corpse pose is described as falling awake. And if you fall asleep, that's fine too. I have a poem for us today. It's by Rosemary Batola Trommer, though I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. It's called What Can I Do? So I can't save the world, can't save even myself, can't wrap my arms around every frightened child, can't foster peace among nations, can't bring love to all who feel unlovable. So I practice opening my heart right here in this room and being gentle with my insufficiency. I practice walking down the street heart first. And if it is insufficient to share love, I will practice loving anyway. I want to converse about truth, about trust. I want to invite compassion into every interaction. One willing heart can't stop a war. One willing heart can't feed all the hungry. And sometimes, daunted by a task too big, I tell myself, what's the use of trying? But today, the invitation is clear to be ridiculously courageous in love, to open the heart like a lilac in May, knowing freeze is possible in opening anyway, to take love seriously, to give love wildly, to race up to the world as if I were a puppy, adoring and unjaded, stumbling on my own exuberance, to feel the shock of indifference, of anger, of cruelty, of fear, and stay open. To love as if it matters, as if the world depends on it. Now it's time to come out of our Shavasana. So maybe take a big breath in, let it go. Maybe wiggle fingers and toes, maybe wrist circles or ankle circles, maybe a full body stretch. And then when you're ready, come up to seated. Maybe roll on a side and take a pause there. Or rock and roll your body up to seated. Press into the floor and push yourself back up. Welcome back. May the inner light in you reflect the inner light in me. Namaste, everybody. And thank you for practicing.